A young man searching for healing, a dive into the deep that no one returned from, and a mystery so haunting it left even experienced investigators baffled. What really happened to Ben McDaniel on that hot August day in 2010? Was it an accident or something far more sinister? This is the story of a man who vanished beneath the surface and never came back. Ben McDaniel was born on April 15, 1980, in Memphis, Tennessee. He was the eldest of three boys, a friendly, intelligent, and curious young man with a passion for science, adventure, and diving. Growing up, Ben was the kind of kid who asked why more than what. He was deeply loved by his parents, Shelby and Patty McDaniel, and always had a tight bond with his younger brothers, Paul and Tim. But life wasn't always smooth for Ben. By 2010, at age 30, Ben was facing serious struggles. He was going through a bitter divorce, his construction business had collapsed under financial pressure, and he had just suffered a devastating personal loss. His younger brother Paul had tragically died from a stroke in 2008 at just 22 years old. The grief was unbearable. Ben was crushed, and he sought healing and solitude. He moved back in with his parents in Collierville, Tennessee. But more than anything, he wanted an escape, a place to breathe, or ironically, to hold his breath. That escape came in the form of Vortex Spring. Vortex Spring, located in Ponce de Leon, Florida, is a diving resort that boasts clear freshwater springs, attracting divers from all over the country. It also holds something more dangerous, a deep underwater cave system known to be deadly. Many divers have entered it and never come back. Ben was not a certified cave diver, but he was experienced in open water diving and obsessed with underwater exploration. He was staying at a cabin on the Vortex Spring property and spent almost every day diving there. He got close to the staff, including two divers, Eduardo Turan and Chuck Cronin, and the resort manager, a man named Lowell Kelly. According to many, Ben talked constantly about becoming certified, improving his skills, and exploring the cave beyond the gate that blocks uncertified divers. The deeper part of the cave was restricted for a reason. It was treacherous and fatal for those untrained. On August 18, 2010, Ben made what would be his last known dive. Surveillance footage from Vortex Spring shows him heading toward the water around 7:30 p.m. He was wearing his wetsuit, fins, and tanks, preparing for what seemed to be a solo dive. Witnesses say they saw him enter the water, but he never came back up. 2 days later, his truck was still parked near the dive shop. Inside were his wallet, phone, and keys. The staff raised the alarm, and rescue divers began searching immediately. But what they found, or didn't find, would deepen the mystery forever. Cave divers, including some of the most experienced in the country, began combing the underwater system. They found some of Ben's equipment, 2 tanks placed just inside the cave entrance. But oddly, those tanks were filled not with the gas mixture used for deep diving, but with regular air. Many found this suspicious. Some divers ventured deep into the cave, much farther than Ben was known to be capable of, risking their own lives to search for him. But no body, no sign, nothing. Ben had simply vanished. His parents, Shelby and Patty, were devastated but determined. They offered a $10,000 reward, later raised to $30,000, for any information about Ben's whereabouts. That reward raised questions. Was Ben's body really in the cave, or had something else happened? Some rescuers believed Ben was never in the cave at all that night, or at least didn't die there. Multiple theories began to swirl around Ben McDaniel's disappearance. Theory 1. He died in the cave and his body was never found. But this is unlikely. Divers reached the farthest recesses of the cave. No trace of Ben, not even a fin or tank. Theory 2. He faked his own death. Some believe Ben staged his disappearance to escape personal and financial problems. But why leave behind his wallet, passport, and beloved dog? Theory 3. Foul play. The most sinister theory suggests Ben may have been murdered, possibly by someone at the dive site, and his body disposed of elsewhere. Suspicion fell on Lowell Kelly, the resort owner, known for a violent past. In fact, less than a year later, he was found dead under mysterious circumstances himself. Still, nothing could be proven. No evidence. No confession. just questions. Years have passed, but Ben McDaniel's case remains open and unsolved. His parents created the Ben McDaniel Foundation, advocating for diving safety and education, hoping that no other family would go through what they did. They also pushed for tighter regulations at dive sites like Vortex Spring, especially for untrained divers, tempted by the thrill of cave exploration. For some, Ben became a symbol, not just of loss, of how adventure, obsession, and grief can intertwine in haunting ways. What happened to Ben McDaniel? Did he push too far into a world he wasn't ready for? Or did someone ensure he never surfaced again? Until evidence emerges, this remains one of the most chilling missing person cases in modern American history. He went looking for peace, but what he found is still hidden in the dark. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below, what do you think happened to Ben McDaniel? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.